Welcome back, everybody. It's 8:13. This turmoil in Egypt is reverberating around the world, battering stock markets, driving up oil prices, and raising questions about whether the rising cost of crude could slow the global economic recovery. Chris Markowski is Watchdog on WallStreet.com. He's a national radio host. Good to see you.
Good morning.
Welcome back. Always
Pleasure.
good to have you here. I guess this is one more indicator that we are truly in a global economy. You watch what's happening over there with fascination, but it could have a huge effect on us along the way.
Well, the world is most certainly dependent upon Mideast oil, and this is something we've known for a long period of time. You know, fortunately, the United States, we get the bulk of our oil from Canada, Mexico, so we're not going to be really cut off if anything were to happen in regards to the Suez Canal, but it is a worldwide oil market. And any type of uncertainty or anything that happens in the Middle East is going to drive prices up. So I get a kind of kick out of these guys that are trying to predict what the price of oil is going to be in a month, 2 months, a year. They have no idea what's going to happen in regards to the geopolitical situation in these countries. Who could have predicted this a month and a half ago? So it makes it very difficult.
We know it is interesting because we early on in January, we talked about the price of oil by the middle of the year could go to $5, $6. And now you look at it, and if it really could, based on a lot of other factors too.
I think the conversation that we need to have here in this country is, what are we going to do about this? No one likes paying the higher prices at the pump. I'm already starting to hear people complain and say $3.10, $3.15 at the pump. What happens when it goes to $4? What happens when it goes to $5? This is this balancing act that we're going to have to play here in the United States. Are we going to drill? Are we going to build some nuke plants? What are we going to do so we don't have to be reliant upon an area of the world that is quite volatile?
Yeah. You know, as you watch this play out, and I don't know if you saw that picture of the square there, and that massive gathering of people. And you think about, this has been largely because of Facebook and because of Twitter that these people have been talking and communicating with each other, and it's pulled together. I mean, it really has been something to behold what's happened.
The social networks and communication, there's no doubt about it. I mean, if you remember the protests that took place in London maybe about a year and a half ago, it was the same thing, people getting together and meeting in groups in regards to, you know, trying to invoke some sort of change, whatever it may be. It is extraordinary in how these things are developing. However, you know, once again, they say about 1 million people. This is a pretty big country. There are certain groups that are still backing Hosni Mubarak for whatever reason that may be. But, you know, you got a guy in there for 30 years. And, you know, could you imagine us having a leader in there for 30 years, the bad blood that would ensue? And you kind of have to need a cleansing process, and hopefully we can get that there. But we got to hope that the transition is smooth so we don't create a vacuum, so we don't get some of those bad elements that happen to come in back in, like we had in 1979 in Iran.
Sure. No, it's funny because you were mentioning he's been there for 30 years, and I saw a picture yesterday of the day Anwar Sadat was assassinated. He was standing right next to him.
I think at that point in time he was in charge of their Air Force at that point in time, and they're actually grooming his son to take over for him. And you know, the more you get these social networks, the more people have access to the internet, and they see how the world works and all these things that are happening around the globe. They want that. And the reality is Egypt has not participated in a lot of the emerging market growth that we've seen in China or Brazil or some of these other areas.
Well, they may be getting some change now. Hey, Chris, good to see you. Chris
Pleasure.
Markowski,
Thank you.
We have a link to Chris's website. We have it at myfoxtampabay.com. Look under the Seen on TV section. Now.